So we're here in the St. Agrestis distillery in Brooklyn, New York. You're either tuning in because you're considering buying one of our sample kits and tasting through the spirits and cocktails that we make here in this building, or you have one sitting in front of you and you're about to enjoy them with me as I taste you through. My name is Catizone. I'm one of the producers of St. Agrestis here in Brooklyn, New York, and we're about to walk you through each of the 5 products contained in this sample pack here. We're ready to go. We're gonna start with the St. Agrestis Aperitivo Spritz. So I'm about to pour our recommended serve of the St. Agrestis Apertivo Spritz. So this is either gonna be coming in bottle or can, doesn't matter, same exact spritz. We combine Prosecco that we actually import from the Veneto in Northern Italy with our Paradiso Aperitivo, which is what we're gonna be talking about next. And everything gets carbonated together, which allows for the entire beverage to actually have this effervescence to it, giving it superior carbonation. And the great part about everything coming in one can is you don't have to open a bottle of Prosecco just to make one spritz. You can bust open a spritz can or bottle and pour it right over ice without having to dump the rest of the bottle down the drain. So next up is the St. Agrestis Paradiso Aperitivo. This is the Aperitivo that goes into the spritz that we just tasted. One thing that makes this unique versus the Inferno bitter or the Amaro, which we're gonna taste shortly, is that this is wine-based. It's based with Catizone, which is a grape commonly found in Piemonte. What we do is we import that wine from Piemonte and then we add 14 different extractions with a lot of fresh citrus really coming through on the palate. One thing that's really noted in this flavor profile is because it's wine-based, it has an acidity to it that's really special and unique. It gives it this lift, this high note that plays really nicely in cocktails. It has a bitter finish to it as well, and it's much drier than a lot of the commercial Italian aperitivi, but it has a really beautiful and totally natural orange color that's entirely from the base wine and the extractions that are going into it. And beyond making spritzes or mixing it with soda, it's awesome even as an alternative for triple sec in something like a margarita. In 2018, we launched the St. Agrestis Negroni in these single-serve, individual 100 ml bottles, 48 proof, full strength, a combination of Green Hook American Dry Gin, our friends here in Brooklyn, house-made sweet vermouth, which we're using the same wine, that Cortese, that's the base of the Paradiso Aperitivo to produce that. And then of course, the St. Agrestis Inferno bitter, which we're gonna be tasting next. This is truly a cocktail bar quality Negroni. And in 2020, we launched a fountain alternative, large format that can sit in your fridge, stays fresh for about 3 months as a cocktail bar quality Negroni on tap. It's perfectly boozy, bitter, and has that refreshing citrus forward flavor profile that people are looking for. The St. Agrestis Inferno bitter's up next. This is the bitter aperitivo that goes into the St. Agrestis Negroni that we just tasted. It took years and years to get this right, and we're really proud of where it landed. Honestly, one thing that sets this apart from a lot of aperitifs that were designed to work in a Negroni is that this has the right bitter backbone that can stand up to sweet vermouth and gin and shine and truly actually sing and enhance. If you prefer to make your Negroni at home, I totally respect that. This is a must-have for a Negroni lover on your bar cart or your home bar. This has depth and complexity, much like it would have if it was produced in Italy in the 1960s or 70s. It's produced the old way, it's kind of produced the hard way, but it really proves the test of time. And now we're on to our digestivo. This pairs with dessert or after your meal, sometimes with coffee. St. Agrestis Amaro is a classic digestivo. I think what St. Agrestis Amaro does that's unique, every American is gonna recognize some of, and really truly many of the 20 botanicals that go into St. Agrestis Amaro, but this is very nostalgic for folks. When you taste it, it transports you to a place. This ages in bourbon barrels, at this point 16 weeks minimum, allowing the 20 individual extractions to then be blended together and get to know each other so that it's bottle ready and has a uniformity when you taste it on the palate. So that concludes the tasting. We've tasted through the 5 products in our sample kit. I got my brother Matt here because this is a family-run operation. Everything we do in this building is really done with heart and soul. And now that you've tasted it, we hope that you've enjoyed and you can taste the spirit that we put into every single bottle that you just tasted. At this point, I'm ready for a drink. I'm sure you are either. Yeah. We're gonna go have some dinner. Have a good night.
Yeah, you're buying.